What is up, guys? This is the first video on this YouTube channel, and today we're going to be reviewing the Last Knight Voyager class Optimus Prime. First off, let's get right into this box. You get Optimus Prime right here, which is really cool. You get Optimus Prime right there, and Transformers The Last Knight, which I think is a fairly decent movie. The robots were a good design. And then over to the side, we got Transformers with the Autobot logo right there. And moving on to the back, we can see you can also get Grimlock. And then there's the figure and the truck mode with 30 steps. Moving on to the side, we get an awesome CG render of Optimus Prime with another little Autobot logo down there. Now this is the standard edition, so he doesn't have any of the cool flames, and he's still got his carrot sword and then his blue shield thing. Now let's get right into the figure detail. For being the mainline Optimus Prime, his paint detail is fairly good. We got a nice blue kind of chrome looking head sculpt here. Could use more silver around the eyes and everything. He does have kind of just one color eye, which kind of looks weird. You got more of that blue there. And over here, he doesn't have the flames, but he still has the red and blue there. You got chrome on the chest. Moving on to the arm, these are all blues and they can move up and down. Over here, we got more of that silver, and then we kind of got this gunmetal gray plastic. More blue on the side, and on the back for vehicle mode, we got red with the flames for the truck mode. And then down at the legs, we got more of that nice blue, more chrome. And then we have part of the truck mode just kind of hanging out back there. Then we also got some light gray feet. And then for his little skirt, this moves up and down. We got blue, chrome, and some more blue right down at the bottom. We also got his exhaust pipes up here. And in the back, he does have a pretty big, chunky backpack. But there is a way to remove it and make him look more slim. Moving right into the posing, you got a little butterfly joint. If you detach that, you can move these guys up, and his arms do go up fairly far. They go front and back. They do a full 360. And then over here you got bicep rotation, and the arm bends slightly past 90, and then the hand does not move, which kind of sucks. You got the head, he can look up that far, down that far, and kind of left and right, the shoulder parts, or you know what I'm talking about. They kind of get in the way. You can lift his head up and kind of get him a little more over, but that's about it for the head. The feet can come out that far, which is actually pretty cool for some posing, and they can come back about that far. The knees only bend that much because of the kibble, which kind of sucks. It limits the posability in the knees. And the feet, they don't move at all. They're kind of friction in there. You can kind of untab it a little bit, maybe get like a foot crunch, but you're not getting too much posing with this guy. Moving on to the backpack, it's a pretty chunky guy. The top of the truck just kind of lifts up there, and the doors are right here. They kind of extend out for transformation. And then right here, you can kind of see that little slot. You take the carrot sword, and he just kind of fits right in there. It's probably easier if you put the backpack down. Now on the legs, he has this huge chunk of the front of the truck, which in vehicle mode it looks pretty good, but in robot mode it does stick out pretty far. And you also got the gas tanks or oil tanks, I'm pretty sure, and then the wheels are just kind of under there. Now for the weapon storage, these guys don't connect at all, which kind of sucks a little bit, but it's alright. For the sword, you can kind of see it right back there. The sheath just kind of goes right in there. It goes all the way down, and it looks pretty cool in there. But for the shield, on the other hand, I can't find anywhere else other than just kind of leaving it on his arm, which I just dropped. So here it is on his arm. I can't find anywhere else to put it. There's like nothing on the back. You can't even take these guys up and have them back here somewhere. It's just for the sword, which kind of stinks. But let's get into the transformation. So taking both accessories, set them off to the side, we can begin the transformation. What I like to do first is bend these guys down, kind of stick your fingernail into there, kind of wiggle this guy out, make sure it's flat, kind of tuck the head right down through there. And for the shoulders, you bring them out and then you turn them like this, and then you just kind of wiggle it in there so it looks like this. And then what you got to do is bring the shoulder pieces up. There is a tab right there that goes right into that slot. If we can get that tabbed in, there we go. And over here you want to grab by the back and then just kind of bring it forward. We'll just leave it alone for now. Let's get this done on the other side. Just kind of bring it in, make sure the shoulder piece. I will be careful. These guys love to pop off, especially on this arm for some reason. The other side's pretty good, but this side likes to pop off, so might be better grabbing it at the base. Kind of plug it in there, bring up this part. This guy's kind of hard over here. There we go. And you just want to bend this guy in, get them connected about there. They might pop off like mine just did, but if that happens to you, it doesn't really matter. We'll be pushing them back together. So under here, we'll lift this guy up not too far and then twist the whole upper torso around, which I forgot to say, he does have a waist joint because of the transformation. And then over here, we'll bring these guys down to the side, unpeg the foot, unpeg that, and bring the foot all the way around for a 180. And then there's also a tab right there that just clicks right in there. For these guys, you want to bring it all the way around, and then it tabs right into there. Now you got one side of the foot done right here. We'll want to bring this guy and bring it all the way around, and the foot is done for now. We'll actually lift that guy down just so it fits there better. We'll do the same thing over here. Untab the foot and untab the back. Bring it around and just tab it in there. Bring this guy around. Sometimes he can be stiff. Bring it up and around and put that tab right into there and get that right there. So now we'll bring this guy up and around, and I've done something wrong. Hold on. Yep, I flipped them the wrong way. So these guys will flip, like, they'll flip up around. Nope, that one just popped off. Yeah, be careful with these guys. Get it right back in there. Now we'll flip this guy over. It's a fun transformation, but it can be a little tricky some places. Tap those guys in there, straighten it all out. And that's it for the legs right there. You might want to just kind of wiggle these guys around just so they're flush for now. We'll move over here. We will bend the legs right there. Might be a little tricky. There we go. Bend them up as far as you can go. Lift this guy up, and we'll bring the doors out for now, and then leave them back here just so they're out of the way. We'll bring these guys up and around. There's a little tab right there that will poke into there, so you might find that a little struggle. It just should pop in right there. Maybe give it a couple tries. There we go. Heard that click. Now do the same for the other side. Make sure it's right in there. There we go. Make sure that's all cleaned up. And up front, we'll bring these guys up and around. There's a tab on the inside where you connected it to the leg. We'll use to connect it there. Squeeze that together. Let's get the front side in. Might want to squeeze that a little bit more. We'll get the front side pegged in. See, they come apart right there. We'll just squeeze them together, and there you go. There's the front half of the truck. Now what we'll do is bring the doors around, kind of wiggle this so it's farther back, and then there's a hole right there that these will tab right into. Tab that there, and then bring this guy and tab it there. And then for the roof, we'll bring it down, and they just kind of line up on itself. Just make sure everything gets tabbed in, and then there you go. There is the vehicle mode. This is a really cool Western style truck, and it's probably one of my favorite truck modes for Optimus Prime. And he looks really, really cool. And for weapon storage, we'll bring the sword back in and the shield. So the sword will come under. You just kind of slide it right in there. So it's kind of sleek down there. And then the shield, you'll have it like this. And it just plugs in right there. And then there's your weapon storage. Back to this Prime. the flames are really cool. I really like how they did it. The chrome here is really nice, and I love how they were able to get that blue stripe right down the middle. The exhausts are really good. You can still see the sheath here, but it doesn't really matter. Nothing really, like, it's just plain. Nothing's gonna bother it. Over here we got the little oil tank or gas tank. Can't really know. The Autobot logo right up there. More chrome up here. You can see the windows, the doors. You got a nice even little lettering there for the door. Another Autobot logo. And on the back, there's the shield. You can remove this. And there you can see the hitch, which can connect to the trailers. Now here I have the Darker the Moon Optimus Prime trailer. You can see it just fits right in there. I mean, it works. He's not supposed to really have a trailer. And it just kind of popped off there. Peg that back in. It's kind of loose there. But he didn't have a trailer in this movie or in the sequel, The Last Knight. I mean, it works, but I don't think he really needs a trailer. Because the third movie had the trailer. The third movie had the trailer, so this guy doesn't need the trailer. So we'll just take this guy out of the way. So running through some vehicle size comparisons, we got the Bayverse Peterbilt semi that is also Optimus Prime. These guys look great together. I know that they might not be size accurate to each other, but I'm pretty sure this truck is a little bit bigger than the Peterbilt, so we'll say it's about even. Next up, we have probably one of the best Optimus Primes. We got the Earthrise Optimus Prime right next to the brand new guy. And they look really good together. I know this guy's from the 86, or he could be from the Bumblebee movie if you rather. But they still look pretty good together, even though they're completely different semi-trucks. And they all look good together. All three of them feel like they would fit in the same movie kind of deal. They all look great. Next up, we got sweeping in, we got the Megatron to go right next to him. This guy is a huge jet build. I will be reviewing him here shortly. But from the same film, these guys look pretty good together. I know, again, might not be size accurate, but I mean, who cares? This guy's going to be flying, this guy's going to be on the road. So, who cares? He still looks great right next to Optimus Prime. Going through with some smaller guys, we got the Camaro Bumblebee. This is the older Camaro with the kind of color swap. This is from Age of Extinction. This is why I think this Prime would work really good with the Bumblebee. You can see that they're very similar in size, and I think the Studio Series fits really good with the Voyager class mainline Prime here, which I believe he should be a Studio Series kind of size. Next up for size comparison, we got Hot Rod, the little French Lamborghini. This is one of my favorite Studio Series. I will be doing a review of him later, but he fits up really good right next to Prime, and also he fits really good with the Camaro Bumblebee. I know these guys are from different films, but these guys are from the same film. I can't remember off the top of my head if they actually met in the film, but hey, they're still both here. Get on to deforming this guy, or deformation, whatever you want to call it. Let's turn him back into the robot. First, you want to take off the shield, which I already did in the review. We'll take out the sword, set these guys off to the side, and first what we want to do is just pop off the roof. Might be a little flimsy, but you get it. You want to move this all the way around to the back for now. These guys are already splitting, so you want to split that, kind of push over here and get these guys out of the way. There we go. Pull the door back out, around. Move these guys out of the way. We can bring these guys up forward. Probably better idea to actually remove the door first. And then it makes these guys popping out a lot easier. So what we'll want to do is just move these guys back. They should snap in. See if you can hear it. Yep. And then pull these guys around. Untab these guys. And then what you want to do is just kind of finish pulling it around, and then swivel these guys around, and there you go, his shoulder armor. And you can lift up Prime's head, move this guy back, Prime's head right there, and then we will untab these guys, bringing them around. Do the same on the other side. You might want to move the arm out of the way first. Do that, and what we'll do is bringing the legs right back down. So you kind of got this configuration. What we'll do, we'll lift these guys up. Do the same on the other side. They can be a little tricky sometimes, especially that side. And then what you want to do is just kind of piece it right back together. And there you go, you have the front prime. We'll take this little skirt down and we will twist this guy all the way around. So the skirt's now in the front. We will untap this guy and then move these guys back around. Doing it the right way this time. Turning the legs around. And then this can get a little tricky. You want to bring the foot down, rotate it around the outside, and just kind of tap it in there. And what you'll do here is bring that front side out and around until it kind of tabs across there. Lift it up, lift that guy up, and just kind of tab it in on the side. Tap it in on the side. If it wants to go in, come on, go in. You know what, we'll just leave it there for now. Let's go on to the other side. We'll turn this around, lift the foot up, bring it around the outside, make sure everything's closed up. And let's see if we're lucky on this side. Bring this guy up, around, and he will tab in. Let's go. So, oh, there we go, let's go. That guy tabbed in. So we will bring the arms back down like this. And then you got him all the way done there. We'll bring these guys around, we'll bend right there, and just kind of snug them in a little bit there. Do the same on the other side. Then underneath, these guys will go right there. So you kind of want to be weird with this, kind of split them up, make sure they're in line, and there you go. There you have him back in robot mode. And I want to explain real quick, the reason why I'm doing a review on this guy is the new Studio Series guy is coming out very soon. And I want to do a review of this guy because a lot of people say this guy is a lot better than the new guy, which I don't know. I might get him later down the line, but I love this guy a lot. And since he does have a big backpack, kind of sucks, but you can still remove all this stuff, which I will show in a different video. Now for robot mode comparisons, we have the Last Knight Megatron, and these guys are about the same size. They are both Voyager class figures, and they look amazing together. And they actually pose really well together too. Next up we have the Bayverse Optimus Prime. And he's a little bit taller. It's kind of hard to see, but back to back, they are a little bit taller, or he is. But they both look amazing. This is probably one of the best Optimus Prime robot modes there is. This is the Dark of the Moon one. He's got the little ab thing. You can kind of see that he still has a little bit of a chunky backpack. And it actually does stick out a little bit farther than this newer-ish kind of Optimus Prime, the Voyager class one. And I still think they look really good. Next up, we got everyone's favorite, the Earthrise Optimus Prime. And they still look really good together. Even though they are from different universes, they still look really good. And, I mean, can't really beat this guy. He's one of the best. He's just an amazing figure overall. The Bayverse guy is still a little bit taller. I don't know if you can really see that too well. But, I mean, this guy cleans up really, really good. And he could pass off as the Age of Extinction Evasion Mode Optimus Prime. But, I don't know. Robot mode doesn't really work for that, but vehicle mode works perfectly. And they should have taken some kind of concepts from this and kind of added it to this guy. I don't know how easy that would have been, but still. I mean, all this guy has is some butt cheeks for his kibble. Well, this guy has a whole school backpack. Going into some smaller robot modes, we have the Age of Extinction Bumblebee again, his older Camaro form. This is not my favorite bee. His legs seem too long, his feet are very, very long, and his arms are just short and stubby. But for being a Studio Series, or maybe a Buzzworthy Bumblebee, still the same thing. I mean, he does scale up really good with Optimus Prime. And I feel like you can get these guys in some really good poses as well. And last up, we got Hot Rod, the French Lamborghini. He is one of the coolest characters from this movie, and I wish we got to see more of him. I mean, for the little bit he was in the movie, he really made the movie so much better. It was supposed to be like a 3-hour movie, then it got cut down. So I bet a bunch of it was this guy's screen time, which does kind of suck. This is one of my favorite studio series of all time. And let's compare the kibble, man. Like, this guy, you think this would be kibble, but this is actually present on the robot mode in the movie. This is all that really is a kibble, just that little flat piece there, which is really good. I mean, still compared to this guy, a little bit different, but still, for a smaller guy, he does pair up really good with the Bumblebee too. Oh, and he just fell over, and these guys still pair up pretty good still together. So you got a good lineup here. I think this line is really good, and I can't wait for that new Studio Series guy to come out. I believe he's going to be really good compared to this guy. Now, the new Studio Series is going to be about the size of these two figures, and the way that the camera angle is, it doesn't, like, it makes them look like the same size, but that's probably how size accurate he is. He is a little bit taller than these guys. So I feel like every Studio Series, like Bumblebee or really any other figure, would fit this guy really good, even in the Studio Series mold, which I can't wait. I'm going to do a comparison if I do get him, but I don't know if you can really beat this guy. He's an amazing mold, and I just love him. And that has been my review of the Voyager class Optimus Prime. He is still going to be one of my favorite Optimus Primes to this date, and I can't wait for that Studio Series guy to come out. But I will be doing a little bit of modifications to this guy. I haven't really got around, there goes Megatron. I haven't got around to making too much, but if you can get the Dr. Wu custom, he has some really good like weapons for this guy. He actually has a silver kind of chrome shield that actually pops open, and the gun is under it, but this guy doesn't really have that gun in it. And also, the sword is a little bit taller, which is accurate, and it's not this carrot orange, which I don't know why Hasbro went with that. I would have much rather just unpainted gray like that part right there. I mean, like, that would be so perfect. And also, if you have the money, it's only like $20 before taxes and shipping, which seems like a lot. But you can get the Toyhax stickers for this guy and actually have the flame on the chest and more detail everywhere. You can have the yellow bit in here, the flames on these guys, and they are really good high quality stickers, and I believe that I might get some in the near future. But for now, this guy is going to stay like this on my shelf with Megatron. I will be doing a review for this guy later down the line. But that sums up the review for the Voyager class Optimus Prime here. Let's get Megatron out of the way and finish up with the box. So that has been my review of this Optimus Prime. Amazing figure and everything. And for my first video on this channel, I am so glad I was able to do a decent figure first. I'm going to do more in the future, but let me know how I did in the comments. Tell me if I did good, tell me if I did bad, I don't care. Anything is helpful for me, and I hope you guys enjoyed the review, and see you in the next one.